areas most women miss to prevent cancer from sneaking up on you. So we've got the deodorant, we've got the weight, now we've got diet, immune health, and supplementation, which will go right with things to do to prevent cancer. We have both of these. All right. So diet, of course, we know that vegetables. So you'll see a lot of things about people becoming vegetarian when they want to do, you know, not have cancer. And that's awesome. But I don't know that it's because they became a vegetarian that they stopped having cancer, or it's just because they started including vegetables, and vegetables have red and purple and yellow. There's all these different nutrients in each of these colored vegetables that actually help you with cancer, like phytoestrogens.
Gotcha.
Which actually go and sit in the where the estrogen would sit and do nice things instead of letting all this bad estrogen sit there and do mean things. So you want lots of plant hormones in your body, and people think, oh, plant hormones will make it grow too. No, plant hormones are boring. They'll go sit there in the receptor and be like, let's just sit here and watch TV. They ain't trying to go nowhere. So, but if you don't eat plants, then you eat meat. And guess what your meat had? Hormones. It was injected with hormones. So you let all your meat stuff go sit on your receptor because you're afraid to go eat some soy. I'm like, yeah, I don't like soy either, but think about what else you're putting in your body. So you want to, if you do eat meat, you want to make sure it did not have hormones. Meat with no hormones, which is very little meat because you never really know who did what to your meat. But so lower meat is better just because of the hormone factor, mostly. You definitely want way more vegetables because they've got things in them that prevent cancer that meat does not. Then people will say, what about Mediterranean diet? That's one of my favorite ones. Lots of fish, olive oil, lots of plants, very plant heavy diet. Mediterranean diet has cancer data. What else? Any low sugar diet, any low carb, low sugar diet, not super low carb necessarily, but anytime you like take a lot of bread and glyphosate out of your diet, glyphosate is a big thing with cancer. So low glyphosate diet. Then people say keto. I don't like keto because there's a lot of meat in keto. And what did I just say about meat? I don't like it. So keto, get rid of all the sugar. So that's a plus. But a lot of people on keto will eat a lot of meat, which is a minus. So keto may or may not work. I'm more of a Mediterranean proponent. Even like I said, vegetarian is okay. But vegetarian, Mediterranean, or keto are like the three things that they really kind of play with on diet. Low carb and low glyphosate, awesome. Keto, some people are going to be able to do that. Some people aren't. Low carb. You want.
So you're saying low glyphosates.
Well, now, glyphosate is Roundup.
Okay, so so that's organic.
Like if you're eating corn, anything that they spray so that the weeds don't kill them, corn and wheat. So yeah, corn and wheat, gone. So you want plants, yes, not the plant of corn. Any plant that's being sprayed with glyphosate, which is like a lot of them, you don't want. It just adds confusion and inflammation to your body. Even if we can't specifically say that glyphosate causes cancer, we can say it's inflammatory, and the more busy you make your body with other stuff, it might miss that mistake that we talked about earlier.
Right? Gotcha.
All right. So your immune system, which we'll talk about the vitamins, and there's no I can't say there's no one blood test. Sometimes I will do this test called an Immunidex. Immunidex on people. SpectraCell has it.
So Immunidex.
But that's really rare that I ever draw that. Usually I can look at people's other labs and tell them, your immune system is not good. It's like your vitamin D is low, your white count is weird. You know, I can pretty much look at your blood, and if it looks like, or CRP, and if you're inflamed, I can tell what your immune system's doing without doing this specific test. But most companies don't have one test that pulls everything together. But what SpectraCell does is they do a 32 vitamin panel on you. Like they'll check for like 32 different micronutrients. And they'll use those micronutrients to then calculate a score on your immune system. If all your micronutrients are off, you don't have the army to mount an immune response. So sometimes I will test people for that. Well, I will offer it to anybody who wants it, but insurance doesn't cover that. But there's ways to assess your immune health. Like I said, without that, I find things that insurance does cover, like a vitamin D level. I can check your vitamin D level, and if it's low, vitamin D is very important. So you don't want it to be low. We usually aim for
Yes, what is the aim?
level at least 50 to 80, pretty much there. Autoimmune diseases, cancer, those people with optimal vitamin D levels just have a different risk of stuff than people when it's very low. Like if it's under 20, I'm like, that's really low and you are vulnerable to many.
Okay.
Melatonin, they actually do studies on melatonin, and they use not just like the 3 milligrams that you're using at night, which is good. Even if somebody were just on that and that's helping them sleep is a great thing, because sleep in cancer is, if you don't sleep, your immune system is bad. Immune system, and then your gut. If your gut is like, oh, my gut always hurts, I never go to the bathroom, I have irritable bowel, and you don't have all of that stuff under control, I know your microbiome is off, and that's where half your immune system is. Half of your immune system.
Half.
Probably more than half, but at least half. I just say half because it's like, that's a lot. Think your immune system, you've got all these different organs. You've got your thymus gland and you've got your adrenal glands. Your immune system is little different things have something to do with your immune system, but your gut literally houses a higher percentage than anything else in your body. So if your gut's all off, you've just literally lost half your points. So can you pass a test if you've lost half the points off the bat? No. You cannot. You would never walk into a test and be like, half the points are gone. Forgot to sign my name, gone. You can't pass. So gut is there. You don't want the other ones to be gone either. You want your thymus and all that, but then vitamin C. They give people vitamin C IVs for like everything. If you're really sick, they're trying to come at you with the vitamin C IV. So why would you not take it every day? Take it every day. Take it every day separately, because if it's in your multi, you're taking like 100 milligrams. But the doses that they're giving you in an IV for your immune health or general health is 50,000 milligrams, not 100, 50,000. Very different. So you want to take separate vitamin C. So you want to take 1,000 milligrams or 2,000 or 3,000 or some amount that's like 1,000, not hundreds. You want thousands. Think.
So 1,000 milligrams is a good place to start.
I usually do bowel tolerance. If you take 1,000 milligrams and you do not poop, but you take 10,000 milligrams and you have diarrhea, the amount you should take every day is closer to 10,000.
Oh, okay.
Like I
bowel tolerance.
Probably need 8,000 a day. I could take 8,000 and nothing happens to me. So I literally could walk around taking 8,000 every day. A goat that weighs 150 pounds makes 150,000 milligrams a day. A mammogram that weighs what a female weighs makes 150,000 milligrams, 15 grams. So one capsule is 1 gram. A goat takes 15 capsules of vitamin C a day, and they make their own. We're a mammal that does not make their own. Other mammals make their own, and they make a lot. So we're running around trying to take hundreds, but we really need thousands. And then that deficit, because vitamin C is very important for immunity. So on a daily basis, think of all the days in your life you did not take 1,000 milligrams or more. That's,
Oh my goodness.
Left a lot of stuff on that. And that's cheap. I tell people, like, the cheapest things I'll ever tell you to do. I don't have to prescribe. Change your deodorant. That's not expensive. Take some melatonin. That's at the store and it's cheap. Take some vitamin C. That's at the store and it's cheap too. Those 3 things will buy you so much gut health, so much points, so many cool points, and people just, oh, I forgot. No, don't forget that. Eat them. I even have like scoops of it that's powdered, because then I get 4,000 in real quick. I have, I've got all sorts of different ways. It's in my bed probably. I have vitamin C and all kinds of stuff to make sure I get it. So yeah.
Frankincense.
Like frankincense. There's so many studies. If you ever Google, so I'll even Google it right now. There's not very many ways to get vitamin D, and it's very quick to be like, what about dairy? What about salmon? Nope. All right, you're gonna need to supplement.
Okay.
Even
Okay.
if they still need to supplement. I mean, if you're going to do milk, you're going to have to drink like 3 glasses of milk a day just to get the RDA. And usually I want people to be on like way more than you could get from your diet. So most people I have on I can't think of anybody I don't have on a vitamin D supplement. A separate.
No kidding.
Not
Nobody? That's interesting.
Right. Because in your multi is going to be 400 IU. I think thousands, not hundreds. And same, with the vitamin C, you're not going to be taking hundreds. You're going to be taking thousands. With vitamin D, you're not going to take hundreds. You're going to take thousands. Even for viral health, that's huge. It's so big for your immune system. Vitamin D and vitamin C, got to do it. So even here, this little thing at the bottom, women who had vitamin D blood levels equal to or greater than 60 had an 80% lower risk of breast cancer than women with concentrations less than 20.
Okay, so how many 1,000 milligrams are you recommending of vitamin D?
It's different for everybody because I'm always following blood levels, but
yeah.
But I just say if you're like, oh look, I'm taking 100 IU, nope, 400, no, it's like it shouldn't be 100. It should be somewhere in the thousands. Some people are doing 1,000, maybe 2,000. Some people might have a decent amount in their diet, and I just want them to use a couple thousand to supplement that. Some people have nothing in their diet. I have them on way more thousands. So everybody's kind of different.
Okay.
But in my office, when I used to keep it in my office, and you could either buy a 5,000 or a 10,000. Those are the only 2 doses. That I was like, that's where we're starting. But some people like, yeah, 5 and 10. Most people 5 is pretty good. They're not going to overdose. They're going to get close to this level.
So it's okay, so they don't have to worry about an overdose.
No, in order to overdose, you'd have to take 50,000, which is the prescription dose. So none of you have that in your, I mean, if somebody prescribed it, that's fine, but you still probably don't have enough to overdose. You'd have to take 50,000, the weekly dose, but take it every single day for 8 months. Then somebody's going to overdose, but not everybody. Your body likes this vitamin so much, it uses it for everything. So it's sort of like trying to overdose on money. You can't. There's people who made $100 million who went bankrupt. You can't have too much money. You can spend it. And vitamin D is like that. Your body will spend it. Vitamin C, you can't overdose. Your bowels will get loose. You'll figure it out. Don't take that much. But most people don't.
So loose of bowels means that's your limit.
Vitamin C, that's your limit. It means your body got what it wanted and now it's cleansing, which is still cool too. That's awesome too. But vitamin D doesn't have a toxic symptom like that. It doesn't make you do anything funny, but you'd have to take like something that I'd have to prescribe you. I'd have to make you take that much. So if you found some vitamin D over the counter and freestyled it, it would be hard for you to overdose because the doses they sell over the counter, even if you took them for a prolonged period of time, it would be very difficult to overdose on them.
Now, a Young Living has just this year gotten a good vitamin D.
Yes, and
so I'm just real.
Each tablet is 1,000. So most people, I would have them start at 2, and then we'll check their levels and see if we need to go to 3, 4, or 5. So they do have one each pill. I think I have it next door to me. I have it right here, next to my bed.
Do you take it at night?
Super D. I'm very random about my vitamin D. I take it whenever. I just happen to have it right there. It's so tiny. But I was like, I have it. And my vitamin C, I had it next to my bed too, but my sister took it upstairs. So that one's gone.
Love those sisters. Love those sisters.
But I also, like in my house, I have 50,000s. I have 10,000s. I have vitamin D drops. I have so much vitamin D in my house. This one, like I said, this one's just sitting here because I don't need water to take it. If I think about it, I can just pop one in my mouth. It's dissolvable. So I like that about it. But all the other ones I have to go.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's
Oh,
dissolvable.
it's a little tiny tablet that you can just dissolve and eat like candy. So sometimes I want
Like candy.
It's candy.